Today we'll be reacting to the Halloween multiplayer overview. This is the Halloween game that's being developed by the same people that made Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Um, so it's gonna be a good slasher party game. Um, Before we get into the reaction, if you want to see more reactions, more rant videos about anything sports, anime, or gaming related, make sure to go watch the rest of my content and subscribe and leave a comment. If you don't like the content, leave some feedback. Please keep it constructive. Don't get on me too much. But anyway, let's get straight into the reaction. Damn. Ooh.
Multiplayer in Halloween is a 1v4 asymmetrical horror experience that pits the residents of Haddonfield against the shape of pure evil, Michael Myers. In this quintessential slasher simulator, our playable cast of civilian characters desperately attempt to save their neighbors and themselves from the omnipresent boogeyman, while Michael fixates on stalking and slaying his targets. Halloween provides familiar elements fans of the genre know and love.
Hold on, let me turn the audio down a little bit. That might be too loud. I don't know. The audio is very hard.
But we're incredibly excited to pull back the curtain and unveil more details that demonstrate our commitment to delivering our most robust, dynamic, and terrifying multiplayer offering yet.
That nigga is terrifying.
Michael Myers is a creeping, methodical killer, and on Halloween night, Haddonfield becomes his hunting ground. The boogeyman's primary desire is to eliminate every living resident in this quiet town, but he also begins each match with a list of special targets that supply greater rewards if killed before time expires. These unfortunate residents...
Wait, but they said it was a 1v4. But there's 5.
that supply greater rewards if killed before time expires. These unfortunate residents are positioned across various sites in the map, and Michael players are empowered to use their nightmare suite of abilities to locate, terrorize, and ultimately execute their victims and anyone bold enough to interfere with their bloodthirsty ambitions. Killer Sense allows players to step behind the mask and stalk the residents of Haddonfield. When using this skill and entering the first-person perspective, Michael becomes aggressively aware of his surroundings and the proximity of potential prey. By focusing on targets with murderous intent, Michael builds varying levels of stalk, which aid him in identifying and tracking targets and open increasingly satisfying options for executions.
Damn.
An effective killer always keeps their victims unaware of their presence until those final fatal moments. While historically Michael Myers isn't known for his speed, fundamental abilities like shape jump amplify the shape's mobility with hauntingly unpredictable results.
I mean, that's assuming what he did.
In shape jump, Michael slips into the shadows to move around.
Oh, so he can just face through walls.
Not only does this increase Michael's base movement speed, but it also provides access to other powerful traversal options, including shape dash, which sends Michael lunging forward with violent momentum. Shape jump is confidently one of the most powerful tools at Michael's disposal and supplies unlimited possibilities for iconic jump scare moments.
Stay cool.
I know this is terrifying.
However, that potency comes with a few major caveats. Our masked antagonist can only enter and exit shape jump while in the cover of darkness or outside a resident's line of sight. The light may provide temporary reprieve for the residents of Haddonfield, but Michael can work to remove sources of illumination by shutting off lights, cutting power, and even catalyzing temporary blackouts.
He's a fucking walking EMP. This thing is broken.
Despite the unquestionable malevolence of Michael Myers, his horrifying homecoming to Haddonfield won't be welcomed without resistance. As the body count climbs and evidence of the boogeyman's presence becomes undeniable, local authorities...
Wait, so like you can carry people? What would be the reason to do that? I don't know much about Halloween or Michael Myers. Everything I know about this genre is from the kill count. Shout out James A. Janice. Because I do not do horror shit. I am a bitch. Certified bitch. But what would be the purpose in carrying? Like maybe you bring them to a site and like you sacrifice them for power or something. I don't know.
Residents and distinct playable civilians may decide to gather weapons and face off against evil itself.
Oh,
Thankfully,
that's also another thing. So in Friday the 13th, when someone when Jason killed somebody, like the first person that died or someone at random, they would come back as Tommy. Is that the same thing here? Do you come back as who's that one lady that Michael Myers has been fighting since like the very first Halloween movie? And also, or do you come back as that one detective guy? Is it was he a detective or a doctor or something?
Michael knows his way around sharp objects and will have multiple options for melee combat encounters. And if especially persistent Haddonfieldites do manage to get the upper hand in an exchange, don't worry.
How the hell?
It's not possible.
We've said it once, and we'll say it again.
You can't kill him.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
Oh, he can come back instantly like that? Oh, that's crazy.
While Michael swiftly endeavors to turn Haddonfield into a
That's so
graveyard,
crazy.
our heroic group of civilian characters desperately attempts to save their neighbors and escape the boogeyman's bloodthirst. As a civilian, it's up to you to find fellow Haddonfield residents, convince them of his malicious intent, and guide them safely to one of several possible randomized escapes located around the map before they meet an untimely end. This distinctive cast of playable civilian characters each comes equipped with unique stats, special traits, and signature personalities. To ensure no two matches of Halloween play out the same, our team has constructed a vast playground of possibilities in Haddonfield, offering civilians a multitude of diverse gameplay systems to aid them in achieving their objectives and surviving the night. As civilians navigate these environments, they'll uncover points of interest, revealing resident NPCs, lootable containers, hiding places, telephones, possible escape routes, and more. Thoroughly and cautiously exploring your surroundings could very well mean the difference between life and death.
Oh, so you can escape. It's a minigame to escape.
And when death
now.
comes to your little town, it's probably not a bad idea to head to your neighbors and contact the local authorities. Civilians are tasked with tracking down surviving residents and warning them of the looming threat. Successful conversations with residents can permit civilians to request additional calls to police, commands to find secure hiding places, or companionship as they navigate the formerly peaceful streets of Haddonfield.
Should we stick together? Maybe we're better as a team.
Whether it's a local family friend or the authorities, there's safety in numbers. Once the innocent residents of Haddonfield have been located and persuaded, it's time for the civilians to plan their harrowing escape. Lootable containers scattered throughout the map contain weapons, distractions, and key items that can be used to unlock and access a variety of possible escape routes. The location of these items and escapes changes from match to match, so civilians greatly benefit from adjusting their strategies based on the objects
keys in the drawer.
It's also worth noting that initiating these escape sequences generates a tremendous amount of noise, which will alert Michael to your exact location. So what happens in the likely event that a civilian becomes another display of Michael's wretched, inhumane nature? Well, their Haddonfield story isn't over just yet. Even in death, they can support their friends and even return as a sheriff's deputy or the unrelenting Dr. Loomis.
Yeah, him,
Once they've
Dr. Loomis,
reemerged upon the streets of Haddonfield, they can cooperate with the remaining civilians and responding officers to try and put a stop to Michael's murderous rampage.
Freeze where you are, Michael. You're coming with me.
While he can't be killed, with enough community resistance, the proper equipment, and sheer manpower, he can be detained and shipped back to Smith's Grove Sanitarium.
Okay, so you can defeat
Halloween
him.
is a legendary film with a genre-defining legacy, and our mission has been to bring the film's unsettling sense of dread to our asymmetrical horror sandbox. By empowering players to control the tension and stage the scares, we're building a multiplayer experience designed with replayability at the forefront. We'll have more details to share regarding character progression, character traits, customization, proximity chat, and more thrilling gameplay features.
Proximity chat? Oh, that's gonna be
we
so
can't wait
good.
for all of you to join us when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
September 8th, okay. A single player and multiplayer horror experience. Hold on, go back to that. I didn't. Okay. Did they mention that? Single player? So you probably could set the difficulty of not Jason, of Michael, and okay. So like, so if you still want to play this game, but you just didn't have friends to play, you could still do that. That's cool, yeah, because they did mention the AI, or maybe you have like a single player campaign, maybe or something. Let's shed more light on that. But this this is great. This is great. I think this is what they needed to do, especially after how I wouldn't say bad, but after how Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and how that whole release was like, it wasn't Friday the 13th. It wasn't Friday the 13th. Like what made Friday the 13th the game so great was that it was simple. It was simple and it was fun. It was goofy. It was a party game that had some horror elements to it. That's how I see it anyway. Some of the best moments I've had with my friends have been us playing that game and just screaming and all the laughs and everything. We tried Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 when it first came out. It was fun. It was fun, but like after like the first hour, it was, like that game was more serious. Like that game was more akin to Dead by Daylight, which is another horror series where people take seriously, and that's just not what, at least that's not what I was expecting in that game. I was not expecting the game to be more serious. Like it had a lot of complex systems. It was no, I want it to be just a lot of goofy fun, and I think this is what Halloween this Halloween game will be. And this also has better copyright management. At least I think so. So people we know who has the rights to this to this to this franchise, unlike Friday the 13th, where shit, you might have the rights to Friday the 13th and even you don't even know it. um but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this. I think this is I think this is what we needed, right? In terms of like the horror. This is great. This is great. I love this. I love this. Um, but anyways, that's all I got. What do you think about it? Are you excited? I think you should be. I don't see how you can't. Honestly, I really can't. But to each their own. This is great. This is fantastic. Um. Anyways, like I said before in the beginning of this video, if you want more reactions, if you like more rant videos where I talk about anything anime, sports, and gaming related, um, you also want to see funny moments in video games as well, I'll start doing those again. Make sure to look at my content. If you like it, subscribe, leave a comment. If you don't, give some feedback. Be constructive though. Be constructive. Don't get on my ass too much. All right. I have feelings. Anyways, that's all I got. And I will see you in the next one.
She got a body, and she been calling me daddy lately. Want me to put her in Cartier's, and the bitch deserve it. Put in work for the money, she earn it. Give me top every night, lip service. Never gotta block these hoes, she worth it. I'm out in Abu Dhabi with a bad bitch, look like